Okay, so dear Dhamma practitioners, be comfortable yourself and relax your body and keep your back straight, neck head straight in one line and your right palm on your left. So gently close your eyes and bring your attention to this bell sound, and while you're focusing to the sound mentally, relax your body, relax your mind and relax your breathing with your thoughts. So do nothing extra. Just follow the sound, please. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Homage to the Blessed One, the Exalted One, the fully enlightened One. So, dear Dhamma practitioners, before we start our practice session, let's take a few minutes to understand how this practice will help for us to develop our clarity, and out of that clarity, how we can have a very clear conventional life, and then through that conventional development, how we can gain our spiritual success. So this all based with the understanding and the clarity that we have within our knowledge, basically. So that then become the wisdom. So when it comes to meditation, when it comes to Buddha's teaching, there is a sutta called Satipatthana Sutta. So the Satipatthana means that developing your awareness. The complete sutta explain about development of the awareness and fulfillment of the liberation. So in that sutta, one part is called this mindfulness of breathing, inhalation, exhalation, and observing the breathing, contemplate on the breathing. So when it comes to this, it's all, as you know, this 2,600 years ago, the Buddha taught about this. But today we are living in this 2023. So then our purpose should be gain and looking and studying about that the sutras or the history and gain the best out of it and get the best benefit for us. But sometimes we see there are a lot of people without practicing themselves, they try to protect the teaching itself. There are many things maybe you can protect like that way, but when it comes to the Buddha's teaching, the best way, it's nothing to protect about it, nothing to guard about it, nothing to keep about it. It's about completely how you use it to your own practice and what you gain to yourself and how you transform yourself. That is the very purpose of the Buddha's teaching. So then always remember, when it comes to you, it is your opportunity. This is your chance. So then 2,600 years, this Dhamma protected, and this is your opportunity to get the best out of it. If you can do so, that is what you can give to next generation. So otherwise, just remembering sutras or just studying the sutras, just reminding the sutras, just chanting the sutras, or just keeping the books, never going to give this wisdom to you. So then always remember, don't afraid to put it to practice. And when it comes to this breathing meditation, basically it develops our mind to, rather than believing something, rather than just know something, to examine. So this is a very important quality when it comes to our human mind, because it's kind of like the human mind, this all the neurons, it's kind of like in a sleeping mood. As you know, ordinary person, even they don't use the 10% of their brain, like a very advanced level of kind of like a philosopher, maybe they use 10%. Most of time we don't use our brain full capacity. So when you examine, when you put your attention, when there is an intention, when you have the clear awareness, so that way what happens, little by little, these neurons and start to connect each other and get the help. So otherwise, if you just maintain what you know, this go to sleeping mode. So that's why once you start to get used to things, even without knowing, you can do that things. Once it become a habit, your brain go to sleeping mode. So then when you practice meditation, means in a certain level, you start to activate the sleeping neurons. So the method is examine. And so when it comes to that, when you observe inhalation, exhalation, basically, the one thing is you have to remember clear knowing. So inhalation, exhalation, you have to know it very clearly. Don't just recognize it halfway. Even one inhalation is enough. Just bring your attention and keep your effort and know it very clearly. And then go to the next one. Exhalation, know, recognize it. When it happens, know it very clearly. So this clear knowing is a very important, because sometimes in day-to-day life, even our conventional world, even our just conventional this communication, sometimes we say yes, no, without having clear understanding, without having clear knowing. So that's why then, so practicing this method help you to understand this basic conventional world very clearly, the very first level. So once you develop this method with the breathing, what happens? It start to go into your life, it start to become your behavior. So then that any perception that you perceive, naturally you have ability to know it clearly. So this is how you start to get into deeper wisdom. So when you see something with your eye, you start to see it clearly, clear knowing. And when you hear something, you start to clear it very clearly, hear it very clearly. Nose with the nose, any aromas, any smell come to you. So you start to know it very clearly. And you with the tongue, whatever you eat, you start to know it very clearly. And with the body, whatever the sensation, you start to see it very clearly. So this is the beginning of your transformation. You know your perception very clearly. Just imagine, it's nothing to do with whatever happening outside. What is happening within you, can you know it very clearly? Otherwise, what will happen? If you don't know, or if you misunderstand, if you know something wrong way, then you start to react wrong way. Then your reaction start to build up wrong actions. And the life start to go wrong way. Wrong way means unprofitable way. So that's why basically the very first principle you have to develop this clear knowing. Clear knowing with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, perception. That's the base. And then practicing. When it comes to practice, what happened next? So now your attention, your intention, your effort, your energy, your awareness, everything together to know. And then another thing, this overcome desire of reactions. This is very deep to understand. So, because we have very nature within each and every atom, as human being, it's kind of like from sperm to this huge physical body that we carry. Each and every cell always tuned to react. In each and every thought has a current to react. With your bodily, verbally, mentally actions, this always has a nature to react. So practicing meditation means, so the very first level you develop the clear knowing, and the next level is overcome or reducing the power, slow down, withdrawing the power of reactions. Try it. Because without trying, you're not going to experience it, or you're not going to understand it. Don't think that what you understand by hearing is what going to you experience. No. This is just a basic level of information. But once you start to practice yourself not to react for anything, any feelings, any thoughts, any perception, and then you start to recognize something. Because our reactions cover the truth. You keep reacting. So the very first level, if I go to the beginning, because you have to clearly understand this. So when you don't have the clear knowing, what happens? Wrong knowing. So you start to misunderstand things. So once you misunderstand things, your reactions start to manipulate. So then the first level now, you stop the become very clear with the understanding. Now you start to slow down reaction. So when you slow down the reactions, what happens? That whatever the perception that you perceived, or even the emotions that arise, or even the feelings arise, or even the thoughts arise, you can see something within that all. So in the first level then, clear knowing. The next one is overcome desire of reactions. We try to overcome many things, but most of the time we don't recognize the inner desire. So that's why practicing meditation, settling down, sitting yourself, even 5 minutes will help you. It's kind of like a practicing yourself without moving your body, without talking or without opening your eyes, without having any intention to listen anything, will help you to understand the beauty of this reducing the power of reactions. So samsara means what? Your life means reactions. Samsara means the current of reacting. So if you are capable, just imagine, whatever the perception you perceive with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, if you have the very clear understanding and if you don't react, that is where your nibbana going to be. That is where your liberation going to be. That is where your transformation going to be. So then it's need to develop, cultivate, because it's not because we born as a reaction. Just look, go backward. You born here as a reaction. As a child, you have done everything as a reaction. Look at your life that if you look very carefully, the most of things that you have done as a reactions. So that's why these reactions means our life. But now you settling down, let world to be there like that way, whatever that you create, let it be there like that. But in this very moment, you settling down without reacting to any kind of desire. The wanting to react, you neutralize. It's not difficult to understand. But only thing is, put into practice, willing to continue it, have the effort to be with it, keep practice yourself. That is where you have to focus. So then while you practice, bring your attention in front of your nose and your upper lip area and allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. And the basic level, you recognize inhalation as inhalation, exhalation as exhalation, and then sometimes long inhalation, sometimes short inhalation. And follow the entire continuation of the inhalation, exhalation. And know the entire breath body. So in that way, your power of examine going to develop. And know it very clearly, and then don't react to anything. So that is what practice. So your practice should have these qualities. Remember this. Because no one around you, once you close your eyes, you're going to be your own teacher. You're going to be your own master. You're going to be your own boss. So then how you boss yourself? You're going to do half? Or you're going to guide you without knowing anything? Then how about you become a chairman of a company? It's a conventional level, very successful position. How about you become the president of the country? How about you become the mother or the father of your family? How you become your husband or wife? And because then when situations come, without clear knowing, if you try to maintain your family, your partnership, your relationship, your company, your country, what will happen? You destroy everything. So then look into yourself. Are you know very clearly? If you don't know very clearly, start to know that. And without knowing very clearly, don't react. That is the challenge that you have to have. That is the challenge you have to get. Relationship, partnership, family, your workplace, your duties, without knowing clearly, don't react. And then you will see yourself, even for you, how many things you do without knowing. In very conventional, how many things you buy without knowing what it is. how many things that you start to do without knowing what it is. And that is where your failures happens. Not because of the stars or the some kind of the good time or the bad time or the guardian angels or the any bad karma. Oh no, not like that. You don't know about it. So then it is your responsibility, before you start something, before you react to something, just know it very clearly. Simple truth. And once you know something very clearly, naturally, your reaction's going to become different. Because once you know things very clearly, what happens, your thoughts, emotions, perception, this everything that you experience, you start to experience the impermanence of that experience, of that thoughts, of that emotions, of that feelings, perception, even the recognition. And then there is nothing to react, because you know it is impermanent. It's not going to be there permanent. Then most of your reactions go away. And your life becomes slow down. Busy, 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 always you interfering to things, go away. And your life become more profitable, productive. Your focus become very clear. Your actions become more sharper. Why? Because there's no unnecessary interference with your bodily, verbally, mentally actions. That is where we go wrong. Look at how we all are busy. For what? For unknown reason. Unprofitable things. When we look back, what we have done, even spending money, even spending our life, sacrificing everything, what we have done, can you count that anything? And most of things gone, nothing. And you lost the value of life, you lost the energy, you lost the wisdom, you lost the opportunities. This is the power of unclarity. You lose. So then meditation means it brings you the winning position. Winning position within the moment. The very first thing, you start to become very clear with you, and your path become more sharp and clear. Because you recognize the deeper level, very fundamentally, what is happening within this all. Impermanence. And then once the impermanence you recognize, what happens? Dispassion. You withdraw from this self-centered idea that you carry to become. To become. So look, from morning to night, we have deeper current intention to become. And it's kind of like with the self-centered idea, you have intention to show off to the world, this is me. And from selfie to Facebook post to even any personal conversation or chatting. So even yourself, that dressing yourself, putting makeups or anything. And even eating, you have this fashion to interpret, represent, this is I am. That is what called struggle. You are struggling. You are struggling to show off this idea of self. Just imagine when everybody struggle to show off themselves and no one to experience. That's what happened. Dispassion, you withdraw from that. That is why you're settling down with the very being itself. Then you don't depend on others' validation. You don't depend on others' validations. So because you are you yourself, you settle down. The very being, the very moment itself. You have the contentment. And the very next thing that happened, renunciation. So deeply, your mind start to unplug a lot of things that you carry within yourself. You start to drop a lot of things from baggage. Of course, there are a lot of things. Just imagine you are traveling like a long trip. You taking many items. Like when we come from Sri Lanka, or when people go from here to Sri Lanka and they take many things, and then you can carry certain amount of weight. So you go to the airport and they say, oh, it's overweight. You have to take out things. And from here you think, oh, I need this, I need that. And you think a lot of things you need. But when you go there and you open the bag and you think, oh, then I can take it out. Oh, I don't need this. But before you leave the home, you thought you need that. But when you go to the airport, when the situation come to drop that, there are things that why you didn't drop it at home? So same like, there are a lot of things. Just imagine, around this everywhere, we think this everything I need. But even if an earthquake happens, this everything destroy, it's okay. I can move. But now, no, now I can't move. I have to wait till the earthquake happens. In case if there is a fire, burn this everything. You think you're going to jump to that fire and going to die with that, all the material things? No, you are not going to do that. You will run away from the fire and you survive. And then later you settle down, then again you start. You okay if it is burned. So like that. There are a lot of things that you can drop. And then why you don't do that? So it is not material, even mentally. Our ideas, our behaviors, our feelings, our emotions. There are a lot of things unnecessary. We carry it with us. So why you spend your time, your life for unnecessary emotions? Because it is unnecessary, but by the time it can take you to kind of like a situation, you can't take a U-turn. See that it is unnecessary, but now you are in a situation you can't reverse. So that's why, if it is of course, if it is a very reasonable and you have to do it, it doesn't matter whatever, you do it. But if it is unprofitable, unnecessary, that kind of situation, if it take us to difficulty, what's the point? That is itself called ignorance. Forget about it. Nibbana, no, in the very conventional life. That is what happens. And once you renunciate and get out of things, and then by the time you develop a power, then anymore you don't have desire to hold. That is where deeply you experience letting go. So whatever even you believe as value, there's no taste for you to go behind it. Anytime you can get out of it. You can unplug it, withdraw it from you. You can say no to that. That is what makes you a very strong person. Because look at ourselves. We have no power to say no to things. Even for not just within ourselves, our desires, our feelings, our thoughts, and our perception, our reactions, we have no power to say no to things. And for others, for other people's actions, other people's emotions, for other people's feelings, for other people's needs, you have no power to say no to that. What does that mean? You are prisoner to you and you are prisoner to others. You are prisoner to, you are biased to your own emotions. You are biased to your others' emotions. You are prisoner to your own feelings. You are prisoner to others' feelings. So just imagine them. Their feelings arise because of misunderstanding, not because of clear understanding. Maybe their emotions arise themselves without knowing what it is. But if you have to react to that, see, that is what makes us suffering. So practicing meditation will clear your path and develop the wisdom to overcome this all and develop the deeper clarity within yourself. So then first level, learn to examine. Observing inhalation, exhalation will develop that quality. And then it will take you to clear knowing. So once you have the clear knowing, you have power to develop the overcome desire of reactions. And that is where you can see perception, feelings, emotions, thoughts, understanding this everything. All this form, feeling, perception, volition, recognition, this everything impermanent. And then it will take you to develop the ability of dispassion, the idea of representing the self through your all bodily, verbally, mentally actions, withdraw. And that will help you to go into deeper, to renunciate. There are a lot of things that you can completely get out of, unnecessary thing. You can get out of that. And then by the time you are capable to take very conscious decisions and say no to things. If anything is unprofitable, if anything is not valid, if anything is not worth, if anything is not clear, you are capable to say no to that. So that's deeper level of let go. So once you have this method by practicing, not by knowing, practicing, you gain this, you absorb this, you digest this to your deeper level of body, each and every cell. And once it becomes your life anymore, you are not going to keep reacting to unnecessary things. And that means you withdraw from this samsara. You withdraw from becoming. And that is itself take you to liberation. Through that liberation, through that transformation, you will reach to the ultimate bliss of Nibbana. So with that, so let's get into practice now. So you can apply this all while you practice. So bring your attention to your body and your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. So scan head to toes yourself and say Swapatveva, or may I be well and happy 3 times. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable, may my breath be more smooth, may no difficulties come to me, may all the success come to me. Also think for a moment, this is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime, and detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So in the beginning, deeply and gently, breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation, please. And allow your inhalations, exhalations happen itself. When it happens, know it very clearly. Do nothing extra. Bring your attention to your body, please. Observe your posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire your compound, village, city, state, country, world, around this universe. Also, as far as you can, through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this. With clear intention, mentally repeat after me. May all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe. And may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. Visualize yourself and send it as a light. Your backside. Your left side. Into your right side. Downward. And upward. To all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun, spread the light, spread the energy, without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest, wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Say sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So first of all, we offer this practice to the great qualities of the Buddha, Dhamma and the Sangha. Also, by the power of this meritorious deed, may all of us attain to the supreme bliss of Nibbana. May all your guardian angels and deities will receive these merits and increase their longevity and protect all of you from any kind of planetary influences or any ill effects. Ittavata chammi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Imaya dhamma nudhamma patipattiya buddham pujemi dhammam pujemi sangham pujemi Attaya imaya patipattiya jati jara vyadi maranam ha paribunjisami Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamuncatu. Bless you.